Hello everybody, Welsh Sim Farmer here. My little apprentice is Rhion's with me again today.
Hello.
You catch up with us, episode 2 here on CalmLands. Still in game day 1, running 2-day months up to now on this save. We might lower that back down to 1 when we get moving on a little bit further. I just wanted to make sure we've got plenty of time to get through all of the first bunch of work that we've got. So mid-afternoon, when you come back into it, we are just about to get finished on this baling up of the silage field that we did in the first episode, and we're going to move across the road and bale up all of that hay before we go up and start our first harvest. We've got a small oat field to harvest up in the top northeast corner of the map. My idea is we're going to harvest all that up, get the straw up off the floor so that we can use a little bit of it for either some TMR or for the cows. And then we're going to plough some extra land off the side of that field and try and double the size of the field if we can, before then reseeding it with another crop. Not overly sure what we're going to seed it with yet, so if you've got any suggestions for anything that's of a high value crop or something that you think would be best to start with, please let me know in the comments, because I'm not exactly sure what we're going to do with that yet. We need to crack on with this baling for now, and then we'll head up to the top end of the map so we can get that bit done. So I will crack on with this. My apprentice is going to take over shortly and do a bit of baling for us, so we'll see in a bit. Okay, so we're back. Just started baling up the hay on this other field. My apprentice is doing the driving. So we're going to get cracking with this. Hopefully we'll get a good crop of hay off this field, because we're going to need it for the sheep that we're about to invest in, and for some food for the cows. For some bizarre reason, even though I've set meadows up for the cows, there's no meadow grass showing up in the pastures for food. So we'll have to use some of this and just feed them, just to keep them going for a little bit. So, yeah, so anyway, thanks again for joining us. Please don't forget to like and subscribe if you can. It's been a great start so far. I'm really enjoying this map. This map's really good. It's not very often I play maps like this. I'm really getting into it, so looking forward to being able to get some fields ploughed out, start creating more land. I'm going to get into some forestry, hopefully. Probably not in this episode, probably coming into the next one. It's not something I've done before at all, really. Didn't do any forestry in 22. So it's completely new to me for 25. So we're going to keep going with this. Again, going back to the crops, we're going to plant up in that top field. If anybody's got any suggestions, please let me know. Please check out my other video that I put out over the weekend about custom grass textures, and hopefully how I might have found a little improvement for people who are suffering with really bad redraw issues, because I know some people out there are suffering worse, and a lot worse than we are. So check it out. Let me know again in the comments on that if you find it useful, or if you need a copy of the grass XML and the grass pack for that. We'll get cracking with this, get this hay up, get it all baled up, and then we'll meet you back in a little while when we start the harvest off. Our first ever harvest on CalmLands with oats. See you in a bit. Right, so we're back. Slight change of plan from where we were earlier. We're going to get into harvesting those oats in that field over there. You see the harvester ready to go, but suddenly realised I hadn't got enough hay. Considering we only got 8 bales off that small field we did. Mild panic. Run up here with the mowers and the tedder and the baler and then the bale loader, and we've got another 8 bales left. I've put one of the bales into the cow pasture at the top there, which is now 2/3 full, so that'll keep them going for a while. I just need to put some water in there for them at some point today, or the end of the day at least. So we're going to get these 2 last bales on this bale trailer. I'm going to head back down to the farm, so I'll take it for a quick spin down the farm. See if I can get this on from the inside view. Look at that. One more to go. And we'll get out of here. Oh. Let's nudge that into place. There we go. Right then. Let's go for a quick spin. Back down to the main farm. Drop these bales off, and then hopefully we can start on the main harvest. Let you guys enjoy the ride. I'll see you in a minute. Awesome, good job. Right, we've caught up. Now we are where I thought we were going to be. So it's time for us to jump in the harvester. I've got the Apprentice Rhion, who's just going to get in the New Holland, take the New Holland back down to the farm, pick up the water bowser, so we can give the cattle up here some water. And I'm going to get cracking on this harvest, and then hopefully we can get all these oats out of the ground and into a silo before the end of the day. And then once we've done that, worst case scenario, we can leave the straw till the morning and pick that up with a baler. And after that, I'm hoping we can start ploughing and making some new fields. Let's get cracking. we are cracking on. We're about halfway through this field now. The Apprentice has knocked off for the day. He's left a New Holland over there. Filled up the cows with water. So that's him done. Down to me now. Get this field finished. Hopefully, before it starts to go too dark, be able to get the baling done as well. So let's get cracking with the rest of this oat harvest. Try and get some of it in a silo. I've got one load out of the harvester in the trailer up there already. And we're about 70% full now, so another row or so, and that'll be full. I'll catch you guys in a bit. Right, here we go. Unload number 2. Let's get this load out of the harvester, down to the farm and into the silo. Hopefully by the time we're here and back, the harvester will be full. Or finished. And better. And then we can get cracking on the next job of ploughing out this first field. So let this finish filling up and we'll get moving down to the farm. This bit I've struggling a little bit to get going. We should be alright once back on the road. There we go. Oh, the sound this thing makes. Let's go. Down to the farm. Go back down this way, take a bit of a scenic route. Takes a little while though. 22 miles an hour. That's it. We are done. Our first ever harvest on CalmLands. The yield's been great off this field. I'm really impressed. We've had just over 50% in this one. So there's been 2 full combines and then another 50% off this one. Which has been great. Much more than I expected. We use some of these oats to feed some of the chickens that we've got down on the main farm. We're going to get this unloaded into the tractor and then get the harvester packed away and ready for transporting back down to the main farm. We're not going to need this for a good while now, so let's get everything sorted. See you guys in a bit. And that's that, the last load. Get this lot back down to the farm. Get it unloaded. Get some of it into the chickens' pen so that we can get them fed. Pick up the baler ready for this straw. As we'll bring this Fiat Agri back up again with that on. Do a bit of a swapsies with the tractors and we can get ploughing. This is a bit I'm looking forward to. Making bigger fields. Planting some seeds. Once we've done that, we can start doing the same thing down on the main farm with those 2 grass fields. We're going to replant them with grass. Been thinking about what we can plant in this big field that we're going to make up here. And we either wait a little bit and plant wheat again, so we have another cereal crop, or go for it straight off the bat and plant canola. And at least if we do that way, we can make a good bit of profit off the canola, because everything's going to start to cost us money from here on in. We've got our sheep due for delivery in the next couple of days. We'll have to pay for them. and then there's a good chance we're going to run out of straw fairly soon for the cows, so I'm going to have to start buying some of that. So I think the sooner we can start to make money, the better we are. So we're going to go a slightly different route back down to the farm. Enjoy the ride. Here we are again, back at the farm, Lakeside farm. So we're going to go and put some of these oats into the chicken pen, so they've got plenty of food. And then from there, back up to the small holding at the top of the map, so that we can get on with ploughing and baling. Let's get this into position. Hopefully we can pick up this trigger in one go. Test my reversing skills. No. Try again. Third time lucky, maybe. Okay, we've gone right over the trigger there. Why isn't that working? What's happening here? It's on the right one. Take the cover off. Thought maybe it was just my bad reversing. And if the trigger's too low for the trailer to pick up, I'm going to work this out. I'll be back in a minute. Oh, how silly am I? No wonder I couldn't put any oats in there. You don't feed oats to chickens, Welsh. You feed them wheat. So, let's put this in the silo. Get back up to the field. Get on with the next job in hand. That is baling up the straw. Now, while we're here unloading this, it would be worth trying to find out what you guys run your timings on for your games. It suddenly dawned on me, we've got through all of this work. It's only 20 to 6 at night. I've got 2 days per month. So, do I keep it at 2 days per month and up the speed, or lower it to 1 game day per month? Let me know what you guys think. Any suggestions are welcome, because I'm not really sure what I'm going to do myself at the minute. Let me know in the comments below. Try not to crash my tractor. Get back up to the top of the map. See you in a bit. Right, we're back on track. Well, sort of. We're back to where I thought we were going to be a couple of hours ago. It's all good. Sun hasn't gone down yet. Just going to get this straw all baled up. That Fiat Agri there is waiting with the plough on the back to get going on this ploughing, but I think we might have to leave that until tomorrow. So let's get the baler hooked up. Just need to get some fuel into this New Holland before we go any further. And then get cracking, see how many straw bales we can get off this field, which I don't think will be many. It'd be good if we can get some. Right, okay. Why am I now not getting any fuel in this? What is happening today? There's fuel in that and others. Okay. There we go. Yes, Welsh. You need to be over the trigger properly. Ah, schoolboy errors. Schoolboy errors. Right. We have a full tank of fuel. Let's get the baler hooked up. Still here from when I brought it back last time. Just brought it up from it earlier, which is good. I don't know what it is with this today. It's been non-stop. Right then, let's get some baling done. While we get going on this baling, I just want to take a bit of time again to thank everybody who's helped me up to now. Everybody who's subscribed. Welcome to the channel, guys. It's really good to have you about. Feel free to post your comments or suggestions for where you think I should go with this map in the comment section. That's always appreciated. Please don't forget to like and subscribe again. That massively helps the channel. I've really enjoyed this first few episodes that I've done. It's been really cool, so I hope you guys have too. We're going to get this baling done, and I'm going to work out what we're going to do, but I think we're probably going to run out of time. We're better off just concentrating on this baling and then hitting the sack, getting some kip. Absolutely love the difference in the physics in FS25 in comparison to 22. I'm still making comparisons, by the way, because I've not long moved over in comparison to a lot of people. Some people moved over a lot earlier than me. I held on until the last possible moment, really. Probably a little bit too long, but I was so busy on the vintage oaks. Absolutely loving that build. I didn't really want to go. Turning around, Farmer Sim said, I think it was time that I moved. I actually persuaded me to make the move, so I did. I'm glad I did. Here we are. In all honesty, if it wasn't for me making the move over here and Rhion the Apprentice persuaded me to start the channel, probably would have been still been on the vintage oaks. But it's all good. I'm enjoying the process, learning a lot as we go. Every day's a school day, that's for sure. And how many bales we're going to get off this field? I reckon we're going to have to buy a few. Be able to get some TMR production going, and to be able to put straw in the cow barn down at the main farm. So we'll see what we can get off here. This is another thing that I've noticed. This is really cool. I've put in some custom crop textures, and included in those crop textures is stubble destruction. So you'll probably be able to see now where I've been driving. This was something, again, going back to 22, that I implemented on the vintage oaks. And it just helps with the immersion. Driving through a field, you should be able to see, even on stubble, the crops like this, where you've been. This makes a huge difference. It's the first time I've properly noticed it. Right then, let's get on these up and downs, get this straw off the ground. Right, here we go. Last row of the straw. Got a few of the bales off the ground. Not a massive amount, but it should do us for a little while. I just have to be careful how I put the straw down. We've only got halfway through another bale there, so what we've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bales. Not too bad. A couple of them in the cow barn, a couple of them in the TMR mixer, and then probably just keep a couple for storage for now, see how we get on. Right, it's time to get this baler back down to the main farm, get some kip. So I think that'll be pretty much it for this episode, guys. Thanks again for joining us, it's been an absolute pleasure. Always good to have you guys along. And again, if you could, if you haven't already, like and subscribe, that would be absolutely amazing. It's always massively appreciated. And when you come back for episode 3, it'll be start of a new day. So that's it, I'm out of here. Thanks again for joining us. We'll mature.